Aloha headsets. Frank here, and boy, has it been a great week for the PlayStation VR. Not only did we see some hot new titles, but we got the formation of the Global Virtual Reality Association, we have a workaround to play Steam games, and we got new titles coming at you today. All that and more on your weekly update. First things first, unless you've been living under a rock, Ubisoft's Werewolves Within is taking the community by force. Not only is everyone playing and talking about it, but it's actually worth the praise. This VR version of the classic board game is nothing short of spectacular. If you want to know more, please check out my review, but rest assured that your $30 is well worth it. Then, on top of that, Star Wars X-Wing VR Mission was released, and even if you're not a big Star Wars fan, this experience is amazing. If you haven't purchased Battlefront yet, I did a nice little video that can help you decide if it's worth it. But honestly, for around 10 to 15 bucks, you could be sitting in one of the most immersive and recognizable cockpits available for PSVR. And it was handcrafted by the wonderful people at Criterion Games. Plus, for $37.99, Secret Sorcery Limited released a new Divine Edition for Tethered that includes the critically acclaimed game, the original soundtrack, and a beautiful dynamic theme. I haven't had a chance to play this one yet, but I've heard nothing but wonderful things. That's it for games last week, but lucky for you, we have some awesome releases coming at you today. First up is a game I've been looking forward to for a long time. Be an elite spy and I expect you to die, the new title coming to you from Shell Games. Although I haven't had a chance to play it yet and haven't seen the price, early reviews coming in from Rift users have been very positive, which only gets me even more excited. In this VR puzzle game, you must attempt to survive deadly situations in immersive and dangerous locales. Complete each operation using your wits and your telekinesis powers, because we know every secret agent's got those. And make sure to check out my channel later today for some day one gameplay footage and a review up later this week. We are also getting a VR update for Fat City from Heavy Iron Studios. In this action puzzle spread throughout the 5 boroughs in New York, players must use their cunning to plan raids and execute getaways to pull in the big bucks in this city that never sleeps. This game looks alright, reviews for the standard release are mixed, but for only $10.99 it could be a fun new addition to your VR library. And if you get it or you have the original, let me know what you think. Finally, we are getting Perfect, described as virtual reality escapism at its purest. Developer N-Dream's new title looks to be a beautiful and immersive experience. Leave the daily grind and slip away to beautiful and relaxing locations, load up your own music or enjoy Spotify support as you visit several stunning and interactive destinations. From sun-drenched beaches to the Northern Lights, for only $9.99, Perfect is instantly accessible yet endlessly captivating. What a busy day, but lately every day seems busy for PSVR, and news-wise, last week was no different. It was actually the beginning of a new age for VR. The top executives from Sony, SteamVR, Google, Facebook's Oculus, HTC Vive, and Samsung met as the initial companies to promote responsible development and adoption of VR globally, as well as develop and share best practices, conduct research, and bring the international VR community together. This is the best news we could ever receive for VR. Competition is wonderful for developed products, but for something as new and game-changing as VR, this is like a dream come true. This is what we need to ensure this tech doesn't just disappear, and it shows true support for a budding industry. Although there's only 6 big players right now, any other company may join if they're an international VR headset manufacturer committed to the association's purpose of growing the worldwide VR industry and has its membership application approved by the board. The shoot-'em-up game Pixel Gear had a local multiplayer update. Eve Valkyrie saw the release of their new update Gatecrash, which adds pro support and a new map. Proton Pulse updated to add leaderboards and fix tracking issues some players were experiencing with the tracking. And on top of all that, Resident Evil updated their beginning hour demo to add VR support and unlocked a few new areas. Even if you're not a fan of horror games, you need to check it out. It is one of my favorite experiences to date. The other big news this week is the new update for PSVR that has really opened up the door for playing Steam games on your PSVR. If you have a solid PC and can follow instructions, then try it out. There's some really cool experiences on Steam that until now we had no real way to access. This is a big deal for people on the fence deciding what headset to purchase. If we can figure out how to get full support, I predict a large spike in PSVR sales from PC users. If you're interested in learning how to do this, I will link the instructional video in the description. Oh, and don't forget, all of this is unofficial, just so you know, you've been warned. Finally, a little news for all the haters out there. As we all know, the PSVR is doing terribly, sales are abysmal, and nobody wants them. I'm so sorry if we're flooding your news feeds with videos of all our friends and family really enjoying how easy it is to set up and start playing. And just like the PlayStation 4 that just reached 50 million units, I'm sure we're bound to fail. Haha, viva la PSVR. And it wouldn't be a weekly update without an update on what new immersive titles are on the horizon. This week, we got word that Elite Dangerous is looking into adding VR support. If you don't know what it is, it's a space adventure with trading and combat simulation where you pilot a spaceship and explore a realistic 1-to-1 scale open world galaxy based on the real Milky Way. Not only is this a fun and immersive title in 2D, but just imagine being able to truly feel part of the universe. It would be something else and honestly might be that killer large-scale app we've all been looking for. Well, that's it for last week. Did you get any new games? Are you going to grab any this week? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. As always, if you enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR, and you don't mind this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe!